Okay, so we've gotten to creating your website, creating your store, creating your Shopify site, getting it all set up for success. So now I'm going to go into designing your Shopify store. The design is really important because that's what your brand, your website, and your store look approachable and sellable. Just think about when you walk into an actual store in the mall, it looks very professional. They even have certain smells in the air. They have different banners, colors, their brand. You can really see it in there. Think of like Target. When you walk into a Target, it's all red everywhere. They have their Target brand everywhere. All the labels are red. So they use lots of reds and they use a specific font for all their ads and they just keep it together. And that's really important to use when you think of designing your website. And not only do you want your brand to show on your website, but you also want to have different parts on your site that give your customer trust. And it has them trust your site so that they believe what they're buying is real, and that they're buying from a real company, and that they're not going to get screwed over. And so that's mainly what the customer wants, and that's what's going to make it or break it with your sales. If your store isn't looking too great, if it doesn't look approachable, if it doesn't look professional and legit, you're going to be losing sales to a company that does look legit and is more approachable. So you want to make sure that your store is really good, looks really nice, real sleek, and easy to use. You don't want to put too much content on your site and too much to read or too much to look through just to find a product. The main focus on your site is the products, not everything else. Especially because with ads, you're only going to be advertising one product at a time, maybe up to 4 to 5 products. So you're not going to be advertising the whole entire store, but rather product by product. And when they reach your store from that ad, you're going to want them to stay in. You don't want them to love the product and then show up to your store and turn away because they feel they're not safe. So as I said in the other webinar video, there is SSL. SSL gives them a safe checkout. And then there's going to be other things that you add on to your Shopify store, which I'm going to tell you to use, which is going to help your customer feel comfortable. So let's just get right into designing your store. So what you're going to do is you're going to click here on Online Store. Once you're here, Shopify is going to show the current theme, which is Debut. Shopify automatically gives you this theme and everyone with a Shopify store. I use Debut in about 2 of my stores, and the rest of them are all different. I have different themes, mainly for the brand. I mean, this one's really good that I use. I know it's good for my clothing brands, and specifically for my other brands, which is gadgets and gizmos, I use other themes. So Shopify also has free themes and also themes you can buy. So you could go through and buy a theme, but I recommend when you're starting off, just start off with the Debut theme or just go to the free themes. And one of the themes I love to use from them is Venture. There is a ton of other themes here though. There's Simple, Pop, Boundless, Jumpstart, Supply, Narrative, Brooklyn. These are just names for the templates. Minimal. You want to go in and look at these templates, and this is not exactly what your store is going to look like, but the actual arrangement of the items is kind of what you're basing on, and then you build around it. You especially don't want to build a store that looks exactly like a template because some people have seen it before, and most shops use basic templates, and they're going to know that it's just another Shopify store. So for instance, I'll show you a difference in design, One of my stores would be Guts. And it's going to ask for a password, I'm sure. See if I remember it. There we go. So this is my Geek God store. As you see, it's very approachable, very simple, very clean. Has the products. And that's pretty much it. There's no extra content bugging us. There's no ads. There's pretty much straightforward. When they come to my site, they just see the products like, man, that's cool. They shop around. That's what we want them to do, is shop. You don't want someone to go in and be like, oh, look, let me read this story. And then they forget about buying a product and just get content off your site. You're not building informational sites, you're building sites to sell. One important, very important thing to have in your site is your guarantees, your promises, and your trust badges. I myself use these trust badges. You don't have to use them. You could take them from my site if you want. You could change up the words and use the same exact things that I use, or create your own. It depends how you want to run your business. For instance, I give a 60-day guarantee. You don't have to do that. I have very easy returns. I do a lowest price promise where if they find the product cheaper at another store, they can let me know and show it, and I'll beat the competitor's price so I don't lose that sale. And I also have 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and also, of course, secure ordering. So these are things you want to have on your site that show your customers like, hey, it's safe to buy from us, and this is why. You don't have to worry about getting screwed over. You don't have to worry about getting your money stolen or getting a product that doesn't work and we won't take care of you. This will protect you in the end, and this will push your sales. This will push your customer to buy over the edge. Another thing that I have, which many sites need, especially in e-commerce, is a live chat feature. So once we get back to the store, actually in another webinar, I'm going to be going over the apps that I use for my store, the specific apps that I use. One of them that I use, which I'll just give you a quick hint, is this one right here. This is called TDO Chat. It's in the Shopify store and it's free. You literally install a plugin to your store. It'll put this on your site, and whenever someone wants to talk to you while they're shopping your store, they just click this button and they're able to put a message, and it'll literally go straight to your phone wherever you are, and you're able to respond to them through your phone in real time. That is another way of customer service that's going to help you get sales. Because a lot of times when someone's shopping, they might have a quick question, like, say, for instance, this inflatable pizza pool floaty. Someone might say, how do I blow it up? What's the size of it? Most of the time that information's in the description, but a lot of times there's going to be a customer who just wants to confirm it with a human. So they're going to message here, and if no one responds within a few minutes, you might lose that sale. So you don't want to have to wait to respond to an email. You just want to respond right away from your phone, and they're going to say, wow, there's an actual real person here that works for this company that is helping me with this product. I'm going to buy it. So that will push sales. And really all you're doing is just doing your own thing. You get a text on your phone, which will be a little notification, and you just respond. It's as easy as that. Take some time out of your day to connect with your customers. In the end, they're going to help make you rich. So, of course, aside from the trust badges, aside from the live chat, you always want to have somewhere where they could contact you in the footer, which I did go over in the last webinar, your footer. You want to make sure that they know your site's secure, which is very important. And you also want to make sure they're able to see what type of payments you accept. So there is no way out of not being able to buy product, because we accept Google Pay, PayPal, Shopify Pay, Visa, Apple Pay, you name it, it's on here. So there's no way that they could say no, or saying that there's not a way they could pay for it. So that is what I recommend, highly recommend, in designing a store. Those are some of the main things you want to focus on your homepage. Products, your promises, and your guarantees, and then help from you for your clients and your customers to help them purchase. Someone that's going to be there, a real person that's going to help answer questions and get sales. So that's just the homepage, but that's really all you need to worry about, because Shopify takes care of everything else for you. So once the products are made, I'm going to take you into a product page. So on this product page, Shopify immediately creates it for you. Once you make your variants in your product, they put it here for you. They put the price. They add the add to cart button. You have a nice description here. Share it to social media, different images. And I even have a guaranteed safe checkout notice and the same badges from the home page. So even if they don't see the home page, like I said, you're going to be advertising just a product or multiple products, and those ads are going to be going straight to these pages. Those ads are not going to go to the home page because you don't want to send people to a page where there's a ton of products. You want to target an audience that just likes vanity mirrors. You want to target an audience that's just likes Bulldog wireless Bluetooth speakers. Each product is going to have a different audience that you're going to reach out to. So there's millions of opportunity. You could have a dozen ads running at one time, bringing you profit on just one store, or you could just have one product that you're making profit on. A lot of e-commerce experts, what they do is they'll build a general store like this with your niche. And then once they see that one product is doing very, very, very well, say for instance, this electric pulse infrared neck massager, say this neck massager was doing very well on Facebook ads and Instagram ads compared to other products. If I know this is a hard seller, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a whole separate store just to this niche. I'm going to create an electric pulse infrared neck massager website. And then I'm going to go find other neck massagers and make a whole website and brand built around this neck massager. That's e-commerce. That's how it works. You learn every day, you test. When you find winning products, you just build off of them and become richer and richer and richer off of them. So this is a general store, but any of these products that are doing very well, you could create a whole separate store just to that specific niche and make even money off of that one because it's already a proven product. It's amazing the opportunities. Like I said in my webinar, it's endless. Just the beginning is just the beginning. There's so much more into this that you could get into. And the more that you do it, the more dedication you put towards it, it's going to show and you're going to become very wealthy. So when they come to this product page, they don't have to go to the home page to see my trust badges. They're right here. They don't have to go to the home page to see other products they might be interested in. It's right here. So you want them to focus on buying the product, and that's how you're going to design your store around. That's how the site's going to be designed. This banner was designed. All of it's designed. Let me show you another store that I recently just sold to a student of mine, which is doing very well. The Pup Outlet. Different colors, different brand, same almost setup. It's focused on the products. There are my trust badges, or his trust badges now, and the guaranteed payment, secure checkout. It's pretty much the same thing over and over. That's how you build your empire. Once you make one shop that becomes successful, make another one, and then another one, and then another one. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just keep doing what's working. This is working for me, so I'm just doing it over and over, just with different niches, different products. And then every Friday, I just process orders. The hardest part, well, it's not even hard. The most time-consuming part is building the store and designing it. So now that you kind of saw my stores, I'll take you to another one over here. LA Saint is one of my clothing brands. See, this one's for clothing, so I built this one separate. So I'm going to kind of show you in designing, making something similar to this because, like I said in the first webinar, right now we're working with a luxury clothing line, and that's the sample I'm using. So this is for my clothing. Same kind of thing. I have my brand, my clothes. I have my models. I have my classic clothes. I have my designer clothes for women, for men. I have my brand ambassador advertisement, and I have my models. This has all been done within a month. I just launched this store a month ago. And it's already reached around the world. Just here, just these models here, that's Norway, Belgium, that's Europe, Florida, Austin, Netherlands, Maine, and Austin, and Belgium. So this is just some of them. I have way other models. My brand has reached around the world in less than a month through brand ambassadors, which I will be going in another webinar video. So again, same thing for this side. I have my trusting payments here. I have my products very clean. Since it's a clothing line, it's a little different setup because you don't want to guarantee returns and all that because your brand is supposed to be trusted. This is a clothing brand. So if you go to a clothing brand site, you're not going to see everywhere posted, oh, returns and delivery. They're not going to focus on that because the main focus is the clothing, the brand. But if you were to go to a frequently asked questions page, like I said in the first class, this is where all the questions are answered. Shipping and production time, these are my guarantees. Refunds and exchanges, my other guarantees. So there's different ways of working it. It just depends on your brand. It depends on what you're selling, what you want your look to be, who you're selling to, and that's pretty much it. So let's get into designing a store. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to replicate this LA Saints store, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So you're going to go ahead and actually, this theme was the one that comes with Shopify. This is the debut theme. This is the free debut theme that comes with it right here. Shopify is amazing. So you're going to go ahead and click on Customize. Once you're in this is actually the back end of designing. It might look hard at first. You don't need to be a web designer to do this. All you have to do is have an idea. Once the idea is in your head of how you want your brand and website to look, just start initiating that into your settings. So before getting to the actual content, let's go into colors. So you're going to click here on theme settings. First off, colors. And it's as simple as this. You see, with WordPress, which is why I don't really teach it much more anymore, you have to literally sometimes specifically code different colors for different sections of your site. That is very time consuming. And if something goes wrong with the color, you have to go into the code, and that is not fun, I'll tell you that. So Shopify helps you by making it easy, letting you choose what colors you want, and it changes the whole entire site for you at one time within the click of a button. So right off the back, this is text. This is going to be your text colors. Headings and links. Your headings and links are going to be the links up here, the headings right here. These are headings. Links are things you could click on. This is a heading, and this is a link because you could click on it. This is a heading. Okay? So if I were to want to match my LA Saints brand because I want to create another luxury brand and use it the same way as this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make my headings and links white. And you can't see them no more, but that's because I haven't changed the header color. So in order to change the header color so you could work better, just come here way to the bottom. See where it says page? Click on background. And this is the main background color of your whole entire site. I'm going to go with black. And there you can see it now. So if you're selling dental products or medical products, or if you're selling maybe pet products or something like that, you're going to want to keep a white background. If you have a specific brand like mine, where my brand is based on black and white. That's my brand. You see, it's black and white, black and white, black and white, some color, but it's based around black and white. That's my brand, which is why it's selling so great. I didn't go outside my brand. I stay within my brand. I stay within my boundaries, and it sells. Once you start going outside your boundaries, you lose your brand value. So stay within your brand boundaries, that's hard to say, and just stick with it. Who cares what anyone else says about your brand? You know what's best for your brand. Because I've had some people tell me, why don't you sell maroon or red or yellow t-shirts? I'm not going to sell yellow t-shirts because that's not my brand. It's going to mess up my website. It's going to mess up the look. It's going to mess up the feel. As soon as imagine if you saw this and saw a yellow t-shirt right here, it would be like, why? But it's not that way because my brand all goes together. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So let's go with the black background because it's a luxury clothing line. And I'm going to go ahead and keep my borders and lines gray. Well, actually, I'm going to change that to a little darker because that's good for white, but I'm going to change mine to a darker gray. There we go. To where you can see it, but it's not too crazy. You can see it because it's just a border. So let's go back up here to the top. Headings and links. Remember I said white. Body text. Body text is this right here, where it says $19.99. Where all this text right here, this is all body text. The body paragraphs, the body of the website. In your descriptions of your products, that's your body text. You're going to want to make it, well, I'm going to want to make it white because my background is black. So I'm going to change my body text to white. And there we go. See how much better that looks? Rather than gray, it pops. Sale price. I'll show you an example of sale price right now. This backpack right here is on sale for $59.99. See how it's red? It pops. It stands out. It makes you want to purchase it because it's on sale and you see it right away. So I'm going to go ahead and set my sale price to red, which I also recommend you to set it to red because that's what pops. And usually when something's on sale, customers connect the color red with the sale or a announcement. Up next is buttons. So buttons are going to be these things right here. All the buttons on your site where it says add to cart, check out. These are all buttons right here. So primary buttons, I have mine set to white with black text because that's my brand. So I'm going to change my primary button to white. See, you can't see the text no more. That's because my primary label is white. The primary label is the primary text on a button. So I'm going to change this to black. Now you can see it. Secondary labels and borders are smaller buttons within the site. Maybe like on the checkout page, it'll have a little button to add your discount code. So those are going to be the same thing as the text color because it says secondary labels and borders. So primary label right now is black. Secondary, I would also change it to black because you don't want buttons looking different colors on your site. Keep it consistent. And there we go. The button is now white. Up next is your form fields. I highly, highly, highly recommend keeping this the same and leaving it alone. Form fields are what your customer enters their information into when they're buying a product. A lot of times, stores feel like they want to be creative and change their form color to red with white text. That is tacky. It does not work. That is 1990s stuff. And nowadays, people like straight, slick, and clean. These people are paying money and putting in their information. A lot of them might have hard of seeing or they're entering their card information. So if you have a red background with white text or black text, it's going to be very hard to read and trust. It just looks like maybe a kid made it. Keep it very classy. Keep it very professional. Make sure your form fields are white background, gray borders, and black text. That's the standard of entering information. Form fields, keep them the same. And I'll show you an example. A form field is just like right here. See where it says enter your email address to subscribe? This is a form field. You're going to enter something into the field. So if I put testing, I'm able to read it very clearly. And I'm used to using something like this. But actually, instead of just telling you how tacky it looks, let me show you why you don't want to change the color for that. Say I did use red. I mean, just look at it. I feel uncomfortable just typing in it now. It doesn't match. It's just weird. So this is a big thing, especially when they're checking out. It could cause an emotional upset in someone to where they literally would just, I'm done with this. I can't read it no more. I'm done. I'm not buying from them. I'm going to buy from someone else. So you want to keep this professional, clean, sleek, and modern. Okay, that's the form fields. Image overlays. So when you have an image in your slideshow, when you have an image in your product image, when you have an image in your collection images, when you have an image even in your header image, your top banner, Shopify automatically puts a black background behind the text with a small opacity, so you could bring it up or down to where it makes it to where you could read the text overlay easier. Because if you have a white background that's not working and it's blending in with the white text, you need to add some opacity to it to where you could read the text easier. You'll notice the more I go, the darker it gets. The less I go, the lighter it gets. And when there's an image in there, it helps to where you could read this text. If you're not going to have text, then you don't need any opacity. Just leave it at 0. But if you're going to have text over your image, bring it up a little to where you could read your image. See how much better you could read that? Bring it up a little so that your text is easy to read, but your image still shows in the background. It's a really cool effect that Shopify has here. Again, this is very hard to achieve in WordPress without lots of coding. Up next will be the page colors, which we just went over earlier, the borders and lines, and the background color. So that's it on coloring. This literally fixed the whole entire site. It's colors. So it's pretty much ready to add in. So save it. And the cool thing about these settings are it goes to the whole entire site. Whether you have 1 page or a million pages, it's going to change the color to every single page. You don't have to go page by page by page by page, changing a color for each specific thing. So you're going to go back. Up next is typography. Typography is actually, I took a class in college right before I dropped out, and I was never able to finish that class. But one thing I learned at the very beginning is type is very important when marketing or making sales. People connect your brand with the font you use. For instance, Target, I'll go show you what font they use. You'll notice it's the same font. On all their ads, on their logo, they're always going to have the same font. If you look at the posters in their store, go to a Target. Literally look at the text. It's all the same fonts. That is brand recognition. That is their brand, and they're going to have to do that everywhere. You see, the font that Target uses is Helvetica. Helvetica is one of the most famous fonts in the world that everyone uses. But no one notices that when they see Target because they're such a good brand. Look at that, Helvetica. It's used by Sears, it's used by Best Buy, Staples, TJ Maxx, Target. So that's font, that's typography, type. So in here, you're going to choose the fonts you use in your site. For me specifically, I use Baskerville. Now, Baskerville was the font I used here on my logo and here. So you're going to want to keep it consistent. So for the headings and buttons fonts, which would be a heading here, this is a heading, and a button, which is down here, you're going to change the font for those to whatever matches your brand. So for me, the font that matches my luxury life clothing, I'm going to want to use something very luxurious. So just go through, and I know luxury for me is very clean, thin, kind of like this right here. See, that's that's very luxury right there. It's just a little, actually, I think I'm going to go with this because I do like the font. I like its cleanliness. I like that it's a sans serif. I like that you could read it. It's very classy. I actually do very much like this font. So because it is a header, I'm going to go ahead and click here on regular. You could keep it regular because it is a little skinny, but I do like the font. So now I'm just going to change it to semi-bold. There we go. Now that looks more readable, more thicker, more cleaner. Perfect. So these different fonts, some of them are going to have different options, whether it's bold or italic. See, if you look here, there's thin, italic. There's extra light. There's regular, medium, bold, you name it. So that's what I'm going to go with. Just select it. And body text. Body text is going to be this text. It's going to be this right here. It's going to be in your product description, and it's going to be like this text right here. This is your body text. So you're going to want to go into body text and find a font that you feel is going to be clean enough for your body text. I'm going to go ahead and go with Baskerville because that's what I used for this brand. And it's very luxurious to me, very boutique, and very classy. So this is the body text I'm going to use. There you go. You can see it here too. Select. And that's it. One thing you want to make sure to click on is right here where it says bold product titles. Make sure that's clicked. And you'll see the difference right now. You know what? I'll show you before and after. So you see where it says your product's name, $19.99. It looks nice, right? But just watch once I do this. Bold product titles. And now look at them. The product name is now bolded, more straightforward. It's right in your face, and then the price is right underneath because that's the last thing you have to worry about is the price. They see the product first and want it. So you really wanted to put it in their face. So I went ahead and bolded it. I bolded the product titles. Save it. Next is social media. So social media is pretty much on the bottom of your site. There's going to be buttons that lead to your social media. Once you have your social media built, which I will be going over on another webinar, you're going to want to link them to your site. And let me show you how to do that. You're going to go to down here. Say if I want my Facebook, I'm going to type in my Facebook page. Okay, and watch, it's immediately going to add to the shop. There it is. So I'm going to add my Instagram now. There it is. All you have to do is type in what social media you're using, and it automatically connects it for you. It's super simple. And when you're going to share your social media link on social media, do you know how there's always an image that pops up when you share a link? This is where you have that control of what image pops up when someone shares a link to your site. So just go in, upload an image. And then once it uploads, probably a big file. There you go. Select it and just save it. Okay, so now that that's saved, click back. You have your social media set up now. Next is your favicon. This is really cool because with other like WordPress, when I build websites, I have to actually size down my images manually in Photoshop to 16 by 16. Shopify automatically does it for you. You could upload any image you want, and it'll literally downsize it for you. Now, if you're wondering what a favicon is, you see these little icons up here? That's a favicon. If you go to Facebook, you're going to see the little Facebook icon. If you go to YouTube, you see this little red icon up here. These are the little icons that get seen with bookmarks or with this site. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I mean, if you have a brand and you already have your little logo, then upload that little logo here. If you don't have one, there's always Google. So this is a luxury clothing brand. So I'm going to go ahead and think of something luxurious for clothing that I would want people to see at the top of my store. I could either design something specifically to my logo or just simply go to Google and type in luxury clothes icon. And the cool thing about icons are they're free. I mean, there are some you have to pay for, like these Shutterstock ones, but really icons are free and they're not owned by anyone. They're not images, they're just icons. So one thing I really liked that I saw was a diamond, but I'm not gonna go with that. You know what? I'm gonna actually go because it's called Lux Life Clothing. There's two L's. So the L is very persistent, and I want people to remember that. Lux Life. So I'm gonna go ahead and find a fancy L. Now we have many to choose from. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one right here. All you do is right click, save image, wherever you want. Just upload it here. And Shopify is going to immediately compress it for you. And now whenever you visit your site, you're going to see this L up here as a little icon. Save it. So let's see if we could test out the little favicon real quick to see how cool it looks. And what do you know? It's right up there. See that cool L? It adds to your brand and makes it already look official. It makes you look professional, official, and that you know what you're doing with your brand. It's already looking luxurious and we haven't even added any products or content. So next is the checkout page. Keep in mind, you cannot see the checkout page until you actually start a Shopify plan. So you can still edit it right here, but the good thing is really isn't much that you should do to your checkout page. Again, the checkout page is meant for people to do their sales on. They don't want to see all this creative content around. They don't want to see stuff that isn't supposed to be there. You don't want to make it hard for them to read the information or the text on their order. So keep it simple, keep it clean, and that's pretty much it. It helps you in your sales. So up here it says banner, background image. So what Shopify does is they'll put, I'm going to show you one of my checkout pages. Let me go to my cart. I'm going to go ahead and check this out. And this is my checkout page. It's clean, professional, and it has a little flare at the top with a banner and a logo. That's all I will do. So your background image is going to be a banner. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the one I use with LA Saints. Just upload it. And there you go. This banner now is going to be like this up here. Logo. The logo is this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the L. You know what? No, I'm not going to use the L. I'm going to actually use, since I haven't created a logo yet for Lux Life, I'm just going to use my own logo for the masterclass. Select, position it wherever you want. I have mine on the right. You could do yours in the center or left. I'm going to go ahead and do mine in the center this time. Background image, leave this blank. That is this area in here, and you do not want an image behind any of this because this has to be easy to read. Order summary, blank. Typography, keep it where it is because it's getting the system fonts that you set on the other theme settings. Colors, on your checkout page, just set it to the colors that you have in your brand. Accents, links, highlights, and check marks. I want the accents to be gray, but a light gray because I'm using black. Buttons, gift cards, discounts, and next step buttons, make them whatever color you want. I'm gonna make mine white. Errors, always keep errors red. Again, that's what people recognize with alerts and something they need to pay attention to. Save it. And right here, you could actually go in and see different pages. I mean, it's really gonna be the same. Like if you go to a collection page, same colors for your brand. So you just wanna focus on the homepage colorings. So you did everything from colors, typography, social media, favicon, and checkout. So you've done a lot already. So now the color and the look is done. Now all you have to do is start designing your site, as in adding content. So let's pretty much match up what I did here with LA Saints. So you'll see right off the back, there's a top banner. So for a top banner, you're gonna wanna come in here to sections, and this is the whole page setup, as if you're going down, scroll. Another thing you could also view, if you look up here, it's gonna have a little small rectangle and then a desktop and then a large one. If you wanna see a mobile version, just click on this button right here. This is the mobile version of your site. This is what people see in their cell phones. Cool thing about Shopify is they make it super mobile friendly, so you don't have to create two separate sites just to have it working on mobile. So I'm gonna go back to desktop view. So let's get to our header. Our header is the head of the website. This is the head of the website, the header. Logo alignment, I'm gonna keep it left. You could also center it like this, but I'm not gonna do that because it's just a big bar. I'm gonna keep it on the left, keep my pages in the center, keep it the way it is. My logo image. So for Lux Life Clothing, if you already had a logo made for you from someone else, then you're gonna want to use that logo that they gave you. If you're gonna create a logo by yourself, then you just want to save it as a PNG so it has no background and just upload it. So actually, I'll just take you in as if I created my own logo. I'll create a quick logo within a minute or so, and just so we have something to upload. So it's called Lux Life Clothing. And you know, no other guru in e-commerce or teacher is going to teach you stuff like this. They're just going to show you e-commerce and throw you to the wolves with their logo. I'm literally going to show you what I do if I create my own logo. And this is using Photoshop. I do know Photoshop is expensive, so you don't have to use Photoshop. They have other free programs like GIMP.com, and there is other designing programs. It doesn't have to be intense. You're just making a logo, and that's pretty much it. You might use it for some advertisements, but if you do want to invest, I know Adobe does have Master Suite for like $20 a month. So it's totally up to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a basic logo. I'm going to trim it down so it's horizontal, like my site. I'm going to make it black because I need to work off of that because that's what my site is. Black. So here on the Photoshop page, I'll just create a simple logo. It's called Lux Life Clothing. Lux Life Clothing. And you see a lot of times in the logo, it's mainly the font you use that can make it happen within a few seconds. Like literally, that could be my logo right there. But I'm not going to use this because it just doesn't make me feel like it's luxurious. But one luxury font I do know of, let's see. There we go, Lux Life Clothing and super fancy script. So I'm going to keep it like this. Like I said, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to go too into logo designing, but it just shows you how simple it is to get your ideas created and just keep working with it. I mean, if this was an actual logo I was making for a client, I'd be spending much more time on it and doing some research. But since I'm just doing a sample, this is going to work for now. So you're going to delete the background so it's a PNG, save it as a PNG logo, and that's it. Now go back into your shop, select image, and upload your new logo. See how it's very small? You could change that. So in here where it says custom logo width, just bring it up a tad. There we go. That looks good. There you go. Let me see what the max size is. Okay, so I'm going to keep it there. Lux Life Clothing. It looks super fancy. It looks like Versace, something that you would see in Beverly Hills, something that you'll buy from. But little do these people know you're just a regular person making an online shop based wherever you are. So it's all based on the brand and how the brand looks. So now that we got our logo uploaded, you're going to come down here. See where it says menu? This takes us back to webinar class 1. So in the menu, you're going to have your pages. So in the top, I don't want to have the home button or catalog. That's just my preference. You can have that there, but for me, I let my logo be the home button. Because, I mean, most people know to click on the logo to go back home. So your main menu is going to be here. Your pages that you put into your navigation menus are going to show up immediately. So if you remember in the first class, we added a contact us page and a frequently asked questions page. Well, check it out. They're right here in the footer that we set it up to. We haven't messed much with the main header, but that's for you to play with. If you want to have your homepage there, you could have it there. If you want to have your catalog there, all your products, you could have it there. Or you could delete all these pages and just put, like me, men, women, accessories. So you could put your different categories you want up here, or you could just have one main category for all the products. Or you could not have any buttons at all and just have them shop here on the homepage. Depends how much products you have. So like me, I have it set up by men. So if I click on men, it's going to take me to the men's shop. And you'll see in the footer, I have my frequently asked questions and my contact. So you're going to want to fix this once you're setting up your store and once you get your pages going. The good thing is it's already set. So once you add a page, it's immediately going to go up here or down here. Again, this is the header and this is the footer. The announcement bar. So if you notice on the pop outlet page, the announcement we want everyone to know is free worldwide shipping over $44.99. That is the savings that is given to the customers for this store. On my LA Saints, my savings, I don't have any savings. I just have we ship worldwide. So it's totally up to you what you want to say in your alert bar here. You don't even have to have the bar if you don't want to. And that's the cool thing. See, it's not even clicked on. So these announcements can be by you. So if you're going to have a Black Friday sale, turn on this announcement, type in Black Friday sale all week. Or actually, since this is an online site, it could be Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday sale all week. This is the first thing they see when they come on the site. It looks like a cool alert. And remember what I said earlier about alerts? See, this is blue right now. It just blends in with the page. You're like, oh, okay, cool, keep going. Change it to a color of your site that matches it, or red. I mean, like I said, alerts are better seen when they're in red. And you'll see what I mean. See that? How much does that pop out the page? You literally, it looks like a red alert, like an amber alert. It's crazy up here, but this is too much. This makes my site look not luxurious anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change that to white. And then I'm gonna change my text right here to a gray, real soft. There we go. So Cyber Mondays sell all week. And you know, another cool thing is you could even put emojis in this text. So if I want to put sale emoji on Google, I'm going to go ahead and put shopping bags, just copy it, highlight it, and paste it. Shopify allows you to use emojis. And look how much better that looks. Go ahead and save it. You always want to save your work because you never know what's going to happen with your site, with your Wi-Fi, with your browser, and you don't want to lose all this work you just did. Okay, so we have the heading done. We have the logo put up, we have our menu, we have our announcement bar, and it's looking pretty good. So go back, and now we're going to get into the actual content of the page. So as I said before, you could build your site like this, where there's some ads and just straight up products. These are featured collections. Or you could build it like my LA Saints site or anything you like, where I have my sections and I have my featured products for each section, my classic men section, my designers section. So I have it between men and women right here to where they could come just shop on the home page. Like I said, it's about the products, not about anything else. It's not about anything else but the products. So let's go ahead and edit this banner right here. You're going to actually click right here on image with text overlay. And these are all sections which are already provided by Shopify. So Shopify provides these sections saying, hey, you should just use these because this is what's working best for everyone. Or you could just delete them and add a new section. If you add a new section, you have the capabilities of having a blog post on your site, a collection list, which is a list of your categories and collections, a featured collection, which is these. You feature a collection and it shows the top 4 to 8 products that you have in that collection. You could even add an image gallery, an image with text, which is this, image with text. You could add an image with text overlay, which is this, image with text overlay. This is an image with text overlay. You could add a logo list, which is if you're saying, we sell to these clients, and it'll show a list of logos that's right here. You could add a slideshow. You could add a map, a newsletter section, which is down here in the footer already. Or you could just add a plain text widget, which you'll just type in text. You could add in testimonials. You can even add a custom HTML. So just play with it. Again, I'm showing you how to build, how I built my store for success, but you also want to play with what works for you. How's your business set up? Do you have testimonials already? Do you have a map of a location you want to sell from? Do you want to have a slideshow of your products? It's up to you. All you do is click on it, then click on add, and it goes straight to your sections here. And you could even switch around the sections of where they're located. So if I put this banner under this one, it's going to move the banner underneath it and have the collection at the top. But banners are supposed to be at the top. It's the first thing they see. So I'm going to keep it here. So right off the back, I already know I'm not going to use this image slide because that's not what I use here at all. I don't have no image slide. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the slideshow right here. To delete a section, you just click it, go down, click remove section. That's it. That is it. I also do not use image with text because I don't just have one product I want to focus on or one thing. I have a ton of products I want to focus on. So let's go ahead and delete this image with text. Remove section. There it is. So it's looking better. Let's get into that header. So with the header, it just goes straight forward to where if you use Facebook, you might be familiar with this as the cover photo. It's pretty much the same exact thing. You're going to select an image, which is going to be the background to this, and you can or cannot use this text whether you do or do not want to. So I have a luxury clothing brand. It's called Lux Life Clothing. So the image I would use, of course, would be luxury, living the life of luxury. You want people to feel whatever image they see. You want them to live the image and feel that they're in it. For instance, I use, with LA Saints, Los Angeles. People see it, they feel it. It's in the banner. It's a very nice banner. So you come here, say I'm going to do Lux Life Clothing, all right? So you can either find your own image or Shopify gives you free images. They have everything. Everything. So say if I want to type in luxury, let's see what pops up. Cars, chandelier, cool watch. Okay, so here's a perfect one. So let's say I sold suit and ties. I'm going to go and select this. And look how cool that looks. Lux Life Clothing. So now you'll notice because there's white in the background, it might be a little hard to read this text here. But that's where that opacity comes in your theme settings. So it looks kind of fine right now. So I'm able to type my text in here. So what do I want to put on here? I'm going to put my text. This is very important because this is the first thing they're going to read. So I'm going to put stylish, sleek, and modern. Discover, which is the text here at the bottom, which is going to be the body text here. Discover the life of luxury with Lux Life Clothing. So there it is. And now I'm even able to change the height of this banner like this. I could go to extra small. I could go to small. I can go to medium, large, or even extra large. I don't recommend either of these. It's whatever you think looks best for your site. I mean, for me, I use medium. That's what works for me. And also, sometimes when older users are on a website, and if they don't see, for instance, like say if I went with extra large, if they landed on this site and they don't see a bottom black area, they're going to think this is it. They're like, okay, cool, an image and a logo. But little do they know, they have to actually keep scrolling to get to the actual content. So for me, a trick I use, I keep it on small to where they're able to see at least a bottom part of this site that it keeps going. So they're able to see that, hey, this is just a banner rather than this is the whole site. And that's a really good tip you want to keep in mind when designing. Text size, you want to keep it large. A button. So if you want to put shop now here or buy now or whatever, this is where you would put it. So my label would be shop now. Or actually, I'm going to put shop the latest trends. My button link is going to go to the page where those products are on. So say if I had a collection / category of men's clothes and I want them to shop there from clicking on this button, there it is. Shop the latest trends. And when you click on this, it goes straight to the men's clothes collection. You could set that to any collection. You could do a custom collection with bestsellers. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. So now that we've done this, save it. And we're already almost halfway done the site. See that? So now go back. Now what you're going to want to do is, like I said, you want to feature on the products. You want to focus on the products that are there. So with this specific clothing line, I have men, accessories, women, and then I have my categories and products. You can do that Or you could do like Pup Outlet where I just have straight up products. Also with ads. It's totally up to you. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and replicate this look right here. 3 images, and you click on one, it takes you to the men's collection, and there it is. So I'll go ahead and do that now. You're going to click on Add Section. You're going to click now on, I believe it is text column with images. No, that doesn't look right. Image with text overlay. This does look right. Image with text, no. So let's go ahead and go with image with text overlay. So this also doesn't look right. But this is actually the same thing from up here. So for this template, you're going to use, there it is, gallery. So you're going to click on gallery, and you already see it has 3 sections. You can add another section too. Now it's 4. Let me go ahead and delete that. I don't need 4 sections. Actually, I don't even need 3. So I'll go ahead and just do 2 sections for now. Just go in and remove it. And section height, I'm going to keep this at a small, mainly because it's very big, even at size medium. That's too large. So keep it at a small. So the first image, so let's say we're doing men's clothing. I'm going to select the image. I'm going to go to free images because I don't have any images right now. I'm going to go to men's fashion. And I'll just choose, I'm deciding to do men's suits, so I'll just choose this one right here. Perfect. And now you're going to place a link for that image, which will link them to the men's collection. Go to collections, men's collection, and your caption is going to be what's on there. So I'm going to put men's. Simple as that. Up next, we're going to go ahead and do the women's section. So we'll go to women's fashion. And since we're doing suit and tie for men, I'm going to choose, ooh, this very luxurious for women. Yeah, that looks cool. So this will be for women. The link, of course, once you have your women's section, you're going to go to collections, click on women's clothes, and then you just put women. Actually, change that to just men. Men and women. So to change this, you go back to the image, men. Save it, and there it is. So now you don't want this to be way at the bottom. You want it to be right here. So you're going to go back to the sections. You're going to hold it and drag it up right underneath. Let go, and there it is. Look how this site is already looking. It looks amazing. Man, woman, stylish, sleek, and modern, very luxurious. I could sell high-ticket products on this and probably very expensive suit and ties. And that's just within a store that we've been building for less than an hour. So go back to the regular view. So now that we have the featured collections up here, men and women, let's get into adding the actual collection previews here. So where they could see the products. So you're going to go ahead and click featured collection. It's already on there. So your featured collection right now, of course, is going to be men's clothes. Products per row, I would put it at, depending how many products you have, I use 4 here. You could do 4 too, I guess, or whatever you want. It goes all the way up to 5. Go ahead and put 4. And I'll do 1 row each. So keep show product vendors blank. A product vendor is pretty much you and Shopify. So if you put this, it's going to say who's selling it. So right now we don't have any vendors, so it's not going to show anything, but you don't want this to show. But you do want to show the view all button right here. And there it is. Because when they see this collection, they're going to be like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. And then they click on view all and go to the full page, just like I have, view all. So once you start adding products to your store, under the men's collection, it's immediately going to get put in your home page. And the way to edit the order of that is by going into your collection and manually changing the order of them in each collection on the orders panel. On your dashboard, go click on orders, and then you're going to click on collections, and then find the collection that you're in, and then just play around with the order, and it'll literally edit the order here of what you want. Or else it's just automatically going to place it in its own order from when you added the product, which is not bad either. So once you add the products, they're going to start showing up here automatically. Right now, they're not showing because we haven't added products. But later in another video, we're going to be able to see these products start adding on here and showing. So this collection is going to be men's collection. Men's. Actually, let's do men's suits. Okay, so we're done here. Click back. And now, because we have the men's section, now we need a woman's featured collection. So go to add section, click on featured collection, add, and now we're going to type in here women's dresses. Then find the collection, which will be women's dresses. For now, we're going to click on men's clothes. Products per row, we did 4. See up here, 4. You want to match it. Rows, only 1. See, we did 1 up here. You want to match it. And you want to make sure the show view all button's there. There it is. So now that we've done that, you're able to see we have the men's collection for preview. We have the women's dresses for preview. And any other products that you have or collections, you could do it exactly like the way it is here. Costumes, toys, clothing and accessories, treats, healthcare, and so on and so on and so on and so on. You could literally shop on the homepage. But if you actually went into the full category like toys, look how many products there are. So there's 3 pages worth of products and toys, but the top products are the ones that are shown here. These are the best sellers. These are the ones that you chose to put here that are selling the best, that you want to sell, and maybe you're getting the best deals on, or you're going to make most profit on. That's what you want to do there. So going back to the store, we have our collection set up. We have our links to our categories. We have our banner. So now, like I said earlier, you don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing, but somewhere on your site, whether it's on your frequently asked questions or whether it's right below your products, you're going to want to have reasons to buy from you. You need certifications, money back guarantees, returns. If you have any awards, put them on there. You choose what you want to do for your business. So for my businesses, like I said in webinar class 1, I give a 60-day money back guarantee. I give easy returns, low price guarantees, which means I'll match the price if I see it cheap somewhere else, or if a customer sees it cheaper somewhere else. 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and secure ordering. So in order to add this to your site, if you wanted to do it the way I do, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go in and click add section. Go to text, because that's literally just text. Click on rich text. So rich text is literally basic text. Click add. So now you have a basic rich text area on your site. So I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. You could literally copy my stuff and send it to your site. Just change the text so it fits your business. If you want to do what I'm doing here, then you could just copy and paste it. If you are wanting to change it up, then change it up and do your own, maybe no refunds at all, or maybe 30-day refunds, or 90-day refunds, or limited, unlimited refunds. It's up to you. So all you do is find the text you want to put there. You could type it up yourself. So here I'm going to put reasons to buy from us, or maybe why buy from us, question mark. That looks better. So you just go in here in the text. This is your body text. Remember we went over body text earlier? And it's white right here with Baskerville font, like I said. So you're going to want to delete that and paste the text you want to put there. You get a full 60-day return in your items. There's the first one. The second one I have here is returns. So you don't have to use what I'm using word for word. I also recommend not using it word for word because of SEO reasons. Change the words up a little bit, change it to your business name, add in your business name, and decide what do you want to do for your business? How do you want to handle returns? How do you want to handle giving money back? What I personally do is, which I went over in webinar 1, I give a 60-day return period, but they have to pay for the shipping back to me. So 99% of the time, they're not going to want to go out of their way to do that. And then they have to wait for it to arrive back over here, and then they finally get the return of money. Some might go out of their way to do that, but most will not care. So you just go in and you just keep adding your guarantees or any text or logos or badges. It's pretty much whatever you want to do. Why buy from us? It's right here. This is why you should buy from us. Okay, save it. So now you could pretty much add any section you want. Play with it. Make your site. See what you like. See what you don't like. And the cool thing is, no matter what you add, if you don't like it, just don't save it. Just leave the page and come back. But if you do like something, make sure to save it. You can literally play with anything and delete it right after. So if you want testimonials on here, which do help, get some testimonials from friends or something, then add in the testimonial section right here. If you want to add a newsletter section, add the newsletter section. If you want to add a slideshow, then add a slideshow. Do whatever you want, whatever you feel, whatever makes you happy, and that you feel comfortable with your store, that it's going to help you make sales. I wish I could tell you specifically what to do, but every business is different. Every niche is different, and you know your niche well. You know how you want your brand to look to other people. So the most I could do is give a basic course like this showing what are the basic things needed. The rest is up to you on being creative, on adding to your site, or maybe adding more featured products, or add a slideshow, add a gallery, or whatever you want. Just don't overdo it. Once you overdo it, then it becomes a page of information. You don't want a page of information. You want a page with products. You need to sell these products, and everything else around it is just supporting those products. So now that we have this there, that's pretty much all we will need for content-wise there. So next, it's going to come the last part of the page, the footer. Remember I went over earlier, this is the header, this is the footer. This is going to go with every website, whether it's with e-commerce or WordPress, or if you're building an HTML site, they always go by the same name, headers and footers. And it makes it easy, head, feet, there it is, top, bottom. So in the footer, click here. You have the option right at the top to show payment methods. This is a very, very awesome section, and I'll show you why. Do you see this footer right now, how it looks? It looks okay, and I do trust it. But one thing that's going to add value to it is me doing this right here. Now look at it. All of these payments are accepted by Shopify, and you want your customers to know this. You want them to know that you accept Apple Pay, that you accept Google Pay, that you accept PayPal, and so forth, because it says you could pay for it no matter what. There is no excuse. We accept everything. Because sometimes I might say, oh, well, I only have Apple Pay. I know you guys don't accept that. Well, here it is. We do accept Apple Pay. We even accept Google Pay, Amazon Pay, Visa, MasterCard, Shopify, PayPal, Amex, you name it. We accept it. So make sure this is on your site. Make sure to click Show Payment Icons. So now this is going to be the color of your footer. Me personally, I had this all black, but I do like the white footer. It sets it off. Makes it look sleek from black to white, and I like that. So I'm going to go in and keep it like that. So I'm going to keep my background color the way it is and my text color the way it is. You could change it, do whatever you want, but like I said, please do not do this. Do not, and I repeat, please do not do something like this. This makes people hate your store. It might look cool to you, but if you're wondering why you're not getting no sales, it's probably because of this. Keep it professional. Keep it clean. That's one thing I cannot stress enough. When you're being creative, make sure you're a professional creative. When I say creativity, I mean something that someone else is going to see as professional also, not just what you like. If you like rainbow colors, that's cool and all, but customers don't care about what you like. They care about the products they're buying. So you got to match your brand, match the products you're selling, and come in a professional manner like this. This is very clean, very professional, very sleek. You can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with black and white. So up next is the content. Up here, remember I said in your footer navigation, we added the contact us page and the frequently asked questions. That's going to show up right here in the footer. You want that here. But let's just do one thing. Let's change that from quick links to questions. If you have any questions, you could search, you could contact us, or look at the frequently asked questions page. So keep that there. Close it up. The next one's quick links. It's already done here. You could delete this section. Click it, go to remove content, and it's gone. Talk about your business. You could put a small model there. I don't do that for mine, but you can. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't need it. So right here, we have a place for a newsletter. Depending on what type of product you're selling, you might not need it. It is good, but you have to keep up with it. So I do recommend having an area for a newsletter, but only if you're going to keep up with it and email your customers on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And I will, on another webinar class, I'm going to be going over the email list and the mailing campaigns. So that's going to be a really cool part, even how to make money with mailing campaigns. There's a ton of ways to make money outside from just this store. So I'm going to keep the newsletter section there. One thing I want to focus on is if you look at every store I have secure checkout. We use encrypted SSL security to ensure that your credit card information is 100% protected. This adds security to your customer. This is something you want to have on the bottom of every site. Make sure they know that your site is secure with SSL. What I also have is, like from my other site, the Geek Store, live chat. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy all this. I'm going to add content, and it's going to be text. And here I'm going to put get in touch with an expert 24/7. Paste, and there it is. Got a question? Email us. Come in here, edit this, or link your email to it by clicking on the actual edit button. And you could literally choose the contact us page, which would be pages, contact us. So now this is linked to your contact page. Or chat with the live agent. If you're not going to do live chat, then just delete this. There you go. But make sure you have at least a secure checkout notice here, so they know and they feel safe on your site. So close that up. You could even switch around the locations of these. So let's switch up the newsletter with the get in touch. There you go. Let's actually switch the get in touch with the questions. That looks even better. So now we have this left align. We have our place for a newsletter and our pages here, which are easy to access. Instead of having to look around or search, you just click on the buttons here. So now that we have the footer done, it looks amazing. Look at that. So now you just click on save. And you are done designing your website. It's literally as easy as that. From now on, every time you add a product, every time you add a product, it's gonna pop in here automatically. It's gonna pop into your catalog page automatically. It's gonna pop into your collection page automatically. So this is already set up. You're set up for success. Now, here's one secret that many e-commerce gurus will never teach because they don't know coding like I do, for one, but also there is a trick to making this website 100% yours. If you look at the bottom of this site, you see it says Lux Live Clothing powered by Shopify. That is on every single Shopify page, whether you pay for it or not. That's because they add their little promotion at the bottom of it. And anyone who has Shopify feels that it must be there because Shopify requires it. Shopify does not require it, and the smartest of the people who use it know how to get rid of it, and I'm one of them. So I'm going to show you right now how to get rid of this powered by Shopify. And if you notice, if you look at my stores, you don't see it. See, it says 2018 Pup Outlet. That's it. It's owned. You're not going to see Shopify affiliated with it at all. You don't see no Shopify because that will take away value from your brand. So let me take you right now into taking off this powered by Shopify. This is going to be a really neat trick, which only I'm going to be teaching to you, and you probably will even have trouble finding it anywhere else because it's a coding trick. So what you're going to do is make sure it's saved. Go back into Shopify, click this little bag. And if you want, before doing anything, you could preview your store. If you want to preview how your store looks, see this little eyeball right here? Click that little eyeball. It's automatically going to open your store and show you how it looks. I mean, just look at this store. I mean, we built this in less than an hour, and it's ready for sales already. I literally just got to throw some suits and dresses on here, and I could probably make some money with this store too. I probably won't, but this shows you how easy it is to build a store for success. I mean, look at it. It's an amazing site. So again, you see down here, powered by Shopify. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Go back to the Shopify backend. You're going to click on Actions. You're going to now go to Edit Code. Now, I warn you, if you do not know what you're doing, do not click on that link. This is the coding to your whole Shopify site, and one wrongdoing could make the whole thing go kaboom and die. So that is one thing about web development. You do not want to mess with the code unless you know what you're doing. But since I'm teaching you what to do here, you could go ahead and go in and do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to click here on theme.liquid. So this looks like gibberish because it is gibberish. But if you look to the code, you're going to find probably somewhere near the bottom the Shopify name and link. So this is the favicon right here. If you read, it says favicon. The search results, the meta tags, the SEO title, the page description, social media, the style sheet, Now it should be somewhere in here. Let me check an older version because I think this theme might be a little different. If it's not in the theme.liquid, which it should be, then it's going to be on, let's try footer.liquid. I think we're getting closer because I see the social media icons, which is in the footer. And I found it. Okay. So in the debut theme, if you're using the debut theme, it's going to switch between footer.liquid and theme.liquid. So depending on the theme you're using, look in between these two. Look in theme.liquid or footer.liquid. In this specific one for debut, it's going to be in footer.liquid because it's in the footer. This is the footer, remember? So you see how it says powered by Shopify and it's a link? If you come back here, you're going to see it right here. See, it says powered by link. This is the little snippet that Shopify puts in your site that many people don't know they can remove by doing this. So highlight from this open bracket to the last open bracket, just the part that says powered by link, and delete it. When you delete it, you're going to see the two little arrows touching each other here. That means you've done it right. Now save it. Now it's saved. Now let's go back to our site, refresh it. And it's still there. Let's try this one more time. Powered by site footer. So we might have to actually delete the whole entire section. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the whole section, which would be the whole bottom part here where it says small class, site footer, copyright content, site footer. It's the whole bottom one right here. It's from small to small. Delete. Now let's try that one more time. And it's still there. This thing is driving me crazy. It might be because we haven't paid for the actual plan. Oh, okay. So that is why. So when you deleted this section here that said small to small, you do want to delete that. Delete the powered by link. And then you're going to go more down. And you see here where it says, again, powered by link. You're going to want to delete this one too. It's in there twice. I'm not sure why they put it in there twice. On the older one, I know they just did an update. It's in there twice now. So you're going to have to delete it twice. Now save it. Refresh. And now it's gone. There we go. So if you're using the debut theme, you're going to need to go in and delete that line of text twice. It's going to be right up here on line 226 and then on line 249. Just delete line 226 and line 249 in the footer.liquid, and there you go. Again, if you do not feel comfortable doing this, do not touch it. If you need help doing this, reach out to me and I could possibly jump in and do it for you. So remember, footer.liquid, delete those 2 lines of text, and now it's just my store, Lux Life Clothing, no Shopify, nothing there. Totally branded. So the whole page is set up. We have our secure, we have our guarantees, we have our newsletter, our products are ready to be shown, our page is ready, our categories are here, our stylish, sleek, and modern banner is right up here. We have our pages set up, our contact us page. This is the contact us page. Remember what I said about keeping the forms sleek with white background and black text? See how clean that is? We have the contact us page. We have the frequently asked questions page set up. Remember this? It's all there. So it's ready to start adding products. We literally set this whole store up within less than probably an hour and a half. I haven't been tracking time, compared to getting a website built by a designer who takes months to make it. We just did this in less than 2 hours, if not less. So that is designing a Shopify store for success. And anything else that you feel that you want to add to your site that you see from somewhere else, try it out. I mean, it's testing the water, see what works, see what doesn't work, and just keep it clean, keep it modern and professional. As long as you do that, you're going to keep getting sales. I mean, just follow this basic outline, and this is what's working for me. And then just do it again and again. Make another store, make another store, make another store, and another store. And then they'll all be automated for you. Even if you use the same formula for every single website, it's fine. They're different brands, they're different products, and it's your brands. We went through making a logo, we went through pages. So I hope you learned on designing your site for success, and I can't wait to see you on the next class.